What is going on, YouTube? Today we are reacting to a Moist Critical video. They released the Epstein files, and that was like yesterday or whatever, or last night or something. I actually looked through all of it already. Like there's like 7 data sets or whatever they left on the thing, and honestly, you learned nothing new. We didn't get anything new other than a redacted. Redacted this. So let's see what Moist Critical has to say about these files, and I do hope you do enjoy this video. Let's get right into it.
Boy howdy, I can't believe it. The title is not clickbait. This is
yeah, it's not clickbait.
Color me blue and call me a smurf. I'm looking real stupid right now because I've been quite the Scrooge humbugging, saying that it'll never happen. They'll never release the Epstein files, and look, they didn't. They didn't. Random Friday evening, they dropped these puppies. Oh, you know, the same Epstein files that the government also tried to say aren't real are actually a huge hoax, and you're an idiot if you believe in them. They're like the Tooth Fairy or something.
Wait till he shows all the redacted. I think I heard like on like a news source say it was like 90% redacted. It's all redacted. We like to call them the redacted files. Welcome everybody to my presidency. We got redacted this, redacted that. We love redacted. Redacted is our friend.
Well, here's those Epstein files that we said not long ago weren't real, by the way. Finally,
all
the information on all these evil pedophiles right here at our fingertips. We get one sentence and then pretty much everything else redacted. And this isn't some isolated incident where I'm cherry picking shit. The bulk of these files are heavily redacted and heavily doesn't even...
They released like 2 more or 3 more like files or whatever like last night at like around, I don't know, between like 12 midnight and like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning or something. And I did end up seeing they were there, and I checked out like literally a couple hours ago, and it was literally just the court hearings from the Epstein going to like court or whatever, like the people like talking to the victims and getting their statements or whatever. I forget the word I'm trying to find, but you get the idea. There's literally the court hearing.
Even do it justice.
And that even had redacted in it.
Beyond that, like it is redacted to a comical degree.
That was a bad one. That was a bad one.
If it wasn't just so blatantly evil, like look at the thumbnail here. You could close your eyes and see.
Somebody said this was the Kanye West Donda album cover.
The same thing that these files show you, which is just nothing. Darkness. I always said if they do release it, it'll probably be heavily redacted. I didn't even expect it to be this extreme.
It's heavy.
This is crazy. They don't even let like a couple of like rogue words fly, like random like the or and.
Yeah.
It's all just blacked out emptiness. They released hundreds of pages of it's
thousands.
Yeah, we've really got these evil pedophiles on the ropes now. Now that the most transparent administration in history has dropped these puppies fresh on our laps here. Look at this.
Oh yeah, we got nothing. No,
we've really got them now. We've got them cornered. Surely they'll be held accountable with this out there.
We'll talk about blacking out. I don't know if I.
And honestly, one of the worst part is that a lot of the files are the same. The same photos show up over and over and over again. Just as like they're trying to hit a maximum word count. And like thinking nobody's gonna notice this, they just repeated the same word. It's like putting and then the guy went over to that other guy, and then this guy came back over to this guy to talk to this guy. Oh yeah, but then he had to do this for this guy, and that's exactly what would happen.
I'm gonna get a close up of my phone. This is one of the documents that the Justice Department released. It's 100 pages.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Right, and
this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's all black. It's just 100 pages of redaction.
Oh, we gotta hide the victim. We gotta protect the victims.
We're getting here.
It's like, are we sure those are victims?
This is like the LaCroix of Epstein files, where it's the idea of the files themselves, not actually providing anything.
Any information at all.
Scrolling through those 100 pages of just pure void emptiness.
Dude, I did.
What the fuck?
I went through everything.
Absurd.
Just trying to find something juicy. I didn't find
empty
anything.
Files that they plopped out there in the open. They did also provide a lot of new photos that show people like Bill Clinton,
a couple.
Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell,
Michael Jackson, his sister, Chris Tucker,
Michael Jackson. Like there were a large amount of photos that
some government officials
previously public, and in those photos there are individuals whose identity is redacted. They have like the giant black square over them. They've been censored, and I thought that was supposed to be
victims,
for victims, you know. But according to what I read, this actually comes from Fox News.
I see. Remember this photo.
The Justice Department redacted the names and identifiers of victims. Fox News Digital has learned that the same redaction standards were applied to politically exposed individuals and government officials.
It wasn't just victims.
Why would those same redaction standards be applied to politically exposed individuals? That's like the most important individual
exactly. You want to know who was there and who in our power that had the ability to do or whatever. We got to know if they did or did not. Like we got to at least have a suspect of who we should be trusting. I don't know why they think these guys have to be protected. And also, why wasn't Bill Clinton like redacted if that's the case? Because would he not be a government official, or just that because he's like so far out there already that we already all know
exposed in these Epstein files? Why would that under any circumstances be suitable for a redaction? That's fucking crazy. So like they can just be censored out like it's fucking Super Smash Bros. Melee when you're about to unlock a new fighter through like a challenge approaching
there was literally one where the photo was so redacted, so there was like a cliff or whatever, and there were people like, well, the first photo is all redacted, like the people were all redacted, but then like later on, maybe like another file later, like another folder, 2 folders later, like maybe like around 3,000, you have the exact same photo, less redacted. No, they were just like covering their genitalia. Like you literally saw it was literally just a word count. It was the most disgusting files I've ever seen.
That makes no sense. That should just be reserved
There's a waste of space
for the victims here. I don't understand, if this is true, why they would be able to redact that kind of information on politically exposed
individuals. They
shouldn't
be allowed to. They shouldn't be allowed to.
It doesn't apply to all politically exposed individuals, clearly, because Bill Clinton is completely unmasked here. He is just like raw out in the open in these photos,
what is the
as well
criteria?
as others, like I mentioned. So it was, I guess there was exceptions for some of them. I'm not exactly sure how the ruling all worked. There's like a bunch of like nuance to it here. It's very confusing.
I think maybe because he was already caught.
Should there have been exceptions for these politically exposed individuals in the Epstein files and photos? That's really peculiar, and that really seems extremely
It's super
corrupt
odd
because they should all be going to jail. Like take for example Bill fucking Clinton here. This guy's like.
Well, I want to say, okay, well, I mean, until we get 100% proof that like everything happened, I wouldn't say, but like, I don't know where they're traveling with him. Like maybe they didn't know. Like I'm not gonna say 100% people, other government officials knew what was going on, but I mean, you could actually never know that. I can't assume they were all like evil. Like the one with Michael Jackson and his family there, like would they be going to? I guess those aren't political figures. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
The Ronald McDonald to Jeffrey Epstein's empire of child sex trafficking. This guy is in so many photos with so much evidence
Bill Clinton's
to support
crazy.
How deeply involved he was as a client. We now have even more photos of him, and still nothing has happened to Bill Clinton.
I don't know if anything will ever happen to him.
The only person with more photographs with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell is Trump. And speaking of Trump, he's doing everything in his power to ensure Maxwell has the easiest time imaginable. Maxwell, the only person, by the way, who has ever faced even an iota of punishment for all of the innumerable, unthinkable, heinous crimes with Jeffrey Epstein's empire of child sex trafficking.
Empire's
the only
crazy.
person who faced even the slightest punishment, he has now ensured went from a prison to a fucking summer camp where she gets to like pet training service dogs now.
Wait, hold on.
And she lives
Well, that's crazy.
there. It's pretty.
Oh, it's basically like a high end, a low end, maybe like still like a high end hotel, to be honest. Yeah, I don't. I think like you only see like maybe like 3 photos of Trump in it, and they weren't even like directly the ones like with him. It was like kind of like just little photos like in like a cupboard, like a little sliding door. It was really odd, like how there wasn't even more. Because they were friends.
I think it's very odd that these files are so heavily redacted. I think there's also a very good chance that the photos released were probably not the entire kit and caboodle.
Oh, not even close. Not even close.
Even more photos that we don't have access to.
I mean, there were so many hard drives, and one of the things, there's like boxes and boxes of hard drives. Like, if you've seen like the setup he had over there, man, it was insane how much like information he had in like
probably been completely burned and buried somewhere that just don't exist anymore. That would be.
They probably honestly, I think they still exist. This is the only new photos we have with Trump, and it's in the drawer to the right, I believe.
Jeffrey Epstein or Maxwell,
or on top left. I think there's a Pope
really
too.
Anything new there, but he does appear in a few of these photos
right there.
They released. Like
That's
this
Trump,
one,
I'm pretty
where
sure.
there's a framed photo of him with Jeffrey Epstein.
And there's one more that's zoomed
in between, as well as this right here, where you can see 2 different pictures of Trump
see at the bottom left there.
So overall, no like new photos of them together, but there is a framed one and a couple in that drawer. So he did like to keep photos of Trump.
I mean, he was friends clearly.
When they hung out. And it's hard to say if there's any new evidence there because there isn't anything new in the files themselves since it's all fucking redacted. So the only thing redacted new here are some of these photographs.
That's it. Everything else that was there was known. I don't know about the court hearing specifically. that was in the last two. I did read some of it, and it only was, it's like nothing, anything like I was too surprised about. I'm like, this guy was a fucking creep. He was a sex trafficker. Like, obviously, this guy's fucked up. I didn't really see anything new or different that I was not expecting. So, like, I don't know. I feel like there should have been something more. I don't know.
Also,
this is what I feel.
Redacted, and while I thought it was supposed to be reserved solely for victims, it seems as though there is
a lot of names are redacted in the court here too.
It was also used to hide politically exposed individuals.
Almost 100%.
100% confirmed.
No, almost
not,
like 100%.
But there is now a lot of hoopla saying that this doesn't comply with what was actually sought, and they are looking to pursue further action because they redacted so much that they weren't allowed to. So I guess we'll see how it all shakes out. But
yeah, they're about to get so much shit for the next couple days.
I cannot believe what they released here in the state that it is. I can't believe they thought this would go over well with literally anybody to release
I can't believe it.
Of pure redactions. That's unbelievable. But as far as the new photos go,
again,
I don't see how that's...
I gotta stress this like more. It's not even just redacted. It's copy pasta. They literally copy pasted it. They're literally the photos of the data set number 1 from like 0 to like 2000 or 1000 or something like that. I think it was 2000. They were just his apartment in New York, and they're just photos of the entire area. And some of them, I swear, were him going up the stairs, doing the room, coming down the stairs, and he was taking pictures while going down the stairs as well. Like, we saw literally everything the same 3 times. I saw the same room at least 10 times. From like maybe even more from different photo angles. It was still dumb.
To at least try and investigate further. In particular, someone like Bill Clinton, who's here constantly. This guy's popping up like it's Where's Waldo, but he's really easy to spot. I don't understand how, if all of this information has existed for this long, and even in this administration that was denying its existence, why don't they do anything about what they have? I feel like it should warrant, at the very least, some further poking around to see what the fuck was happening here. Like, it just makes no sense to me until you start to realize that all of these people in power, this administration,
they're all there.
Previous administration too, who also didn't release anything of substance when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein case. Still, nobody's been punished. It's very clear when you realize that there are people on both sides of the political aisle here that are implicated, and should someone like Bill Clinton fall, there's a chance that many others do too. That they do,
yeah. But you know what's even crazier is that this was all just one guy. Like, Epstein had his toes dipped in the sauce of political that deep. Like, isn't that just insane to think about? That this one guy has enough to like end people's careers, throw them all these guys in jail. Just one guy. And they're feared. They have fear in their eyes for this. It's like insane.
Don't want being exposed. I think that's probably why there's been so little action being taken. It's just so fucking sickening how blatant this corruption is, just out in the open. And now with these
nothing's gonna happen.
You can even call them that. It's even more clear as day just how deep this rot goes. It's fucking absurd. Anyway, I had to yap about this a bit. That's it. So, yeah.
Later, dude. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday when I was looking at it, I feel like I wasted a lot of my time. Like, I think I wasted like a couple hours going through it, because I actually I didn't like read all of it, but I did take enough time to like skim through to see if I can find anything like that could pique the interest of what I was looking at. Like, I looked through all the photos. Like, the photos are obviously the easiest ones to look at because they're images and you can usually tell what's going on. But the photos are nothing. There's like 2 like ones with like some sexual like toys and stuff. And then like some weird like soap stuff. I don't know. But the buildings were just normal buildings. Like, they weren't anything crazy. Like, we saw inside the temple, but I think we already saw that before. So that wasn't anything new. Like, there was, honestly, it was everything in the files is everything we already knew. But tell me what you guys think below. Did you guys check it out? Please tell me what you guys would like me to react to next. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.